Welcome back to Good Morning San Diego. The time is now 7:42. 5 candidates are vying to become the next mayor of San Diego. Joining us now to talk more about his campaign is candidate Larry Turner. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning. Great to be here. Thank you.
Great to be here. How are you feeling on this election day? We've made it to the primary.
Yeah, I'm excited. This is all those years in the Marine Corps out defending democracy and get to be part of it now. So I am stoked.
And as someone with a lot of experience on the police department, I know crime has been something that you've talked about a lot. Can you talk about some of your top priorities if you are elected and what you think is really lacking in that mayor's office now?
Yes, safety is number one, infrastructure and cost of living. But safety is the bread and butter of what a city government should be able to do. That's why we have governments, is to keep us safe so we can all flourish in our society. And if you had to give the city a grade in that, they would get a very bad F. I think everybody would agree on that. That's why you don't hear them talking about it very much, or they have some fictional emails they send out with some doctored up statistics. But there's hope. We've got a great plan for how we're going to change things, and we'll get there after today.
Is that what really catapulted you into this race, feeling that there was a lack when it comes to addressing what you feel are those major issues, i.e. crime, homelessness?
Yeah. So I've got 2 little kids. I say it all the time. I want to raise them here in San Diego, and that's what really drove me to do this. So I was out there working on the streets and got to see everything firsthand. I got to see where the police their hands are tied. You know, I want to unhandcuff the police to be able to make the city safe. And we can do that. The homeless situation, you know, I consider that under safety as well. And safety for those San Diegans that are on the street that we just forget about. That, you know, just yesterday, the mayor's got people being herded around out of downtown with nowhere to go. That's not how you treat humans. This is just a sad state for San Diego right now. But again, you know, we have a plan that's going to change this, and I'm really excited.
And you know, there's been a long debate on what the solution is here, be it housing or treatment or a combination of both. You have been, of the train of thought that this is not a housing first solution to treat our homeless problem.
Right. Yeah, there are people that Housing First works for. So it's kind of an all of the above approach but to exclude shelter programs is wrong. We need to have a shelter bed for every homeless person that's here. That's the first step. That's not a place to just push them to where they can just stay the rest of their lives. No, that's just the starting point where we give them a hand up to help work toward a better job, a better future. You know, there's a process there where they end up, the graduation point is an apartment of their own and a happy life. So some people are going to need multiple tries at this, and that's fine. It's not a 3 strikes you're out. But we're a rich city in a rich country. We can do better than this, leave them out on the sidewalks or put them out in tents in a parking lot and feed them Pop-Tarts. There's going to be some change coming in November, and I'm excited to be part of it.
Well, logistically, what does that look like for you? I mean, you talk about police having their hands tied. What are some of the logistical changes that would be coming? Yeah,
so on the police side, we have always been understaffed by a lot, and our numbers are going down quite a bit. But I don't think it's necessarily an increase in the police numbers. I think it is a good, solid plan for the homeless. About 80-85% of the calls the police go to are homeless related. It's overdoses. It's a person having a bad batch of meth that day. It's a person who's trespassing in a lobby of a business and just staying there. So that is why the police are not able to go take care of the other crimes. So once we get a good handle on the homeless crisis and we help these people change their lives, the police are free to go out and take care of the other crimes. So really, that one there will just be a waterfall of better effects from the police out there being able to keep us all safer, respond to our calls in a more reasonable amount of time. But there's some other things too. I mean, we can hire more mental health professionals working with the police. I think every police officer would tell you that our PERT clinicians are so vital. We just do not have, we need about 10 times as many of those people out there.
Yeah, I think we could all agree on that one for sure. We were just interviewing the editor of La Prensa San Diego newspaper, Art Castaneras, who was talking about the fact that the race you were in is a very interesting one in that you're seeing what he was saying, a lot of supporters of Mayor Todd Gloria, Todd Gloria's camp, sending out mailers to support the Republican in the race.
Yeah, sneaky stuff.
What do you you think has been going on in this race? I mean, you've come in, you don't have a political background, you've shaken things up, I think is fair to say. What's your take on how this race has been going now that we're at primary day?
Yeah, I don't think that they're used to a regular person running for office, and it's a different thing. This isn't a Republican or Democrat thing. I'm just a regular guy coming in. I know a lot about some of the issues. The ones I don't, I bring some professionals on my team to help me out on those, but they're just not used to it. This is fun to me. You know, this is really hard for them. They are not used to a normal person who doesn't respond in that way. So, you know, they've come out with a lot of fiction. They're being investigated for trying to find a candidate to run as a Republican, to then spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on phony mailers, you know, with Carl DeMaio's photo on there. I mean, it's just some really cheesy kind of attempts to try to fool the San Diegans. So I'm just hopeful the San Diegans are staying abreast of the issues, realize that this kind of stuff is going on, and then they vote for the right person.
One of those attempts that we've talked about in previous interviews was your residency issue, and that a judge ruled that you could stay on the ballot right now. Where does that go from here?
They have a hearing in a few weeks, but I'm pretty confident they're just going to drop it after today, because I believe the whole point of it was to sway people's votes on March 5th. That's why they brought it up early. Otherwise, they would have saved it for later.
All right, and I know you mentioned party, but you are running as the independent in the race.
Right, no party, the San Diego party. That's it. I am an independent. No party affiliation, no strings attached, no favors I owe to big donors or to the parties. I am going to work for San Diegans.
All right, and what are you doing today as it's voting day?
I'm going to go vote as soon as I leave here, and then I'll probably go into work for a little while. I'm still a working man out in the police department, so I'll go into the office for a little while, maybe go take care of some issues, and maybe tonight I think we're having a dinner with some of the supporters, but that's it. Going to turn in early and read about it tomorrow.
All right. Larry Turner, thank you so much for the time, and appreciate you being here on the big day. So, as a reminder, Turner is running against incumbent Mayor Todd Gloria, Jane Glasson, Genevieve Jones Wright, there she is, and Dan Simachowski as well. So 5 candidates in the race. Thank you so much, Mr. Turner. Mayor Todd Gloria is casting his ballot at 8 a.m. We are going to talk to him before that happens. We also have talked to the other mayoral candidates throughout their campaigns, so we'll get a check at some of their interviews at KUSI.com as well. We'll be right back after the break. The time is now 7:49.